actually renovating kitchens today. If you're looking to update your kitchen, but you don't want to spend an absolute fortune, then Australia's renovation queen, Cherie Barber, is here to let us in on some simple tricks and tips and tell us how you can make over your kitchen.
Okay, well, a lot of people...
Thank
you. Well, a lot of people want to update their kitchen, and updating your kitchen is very expensive. So there's typically 3 ways you can update your kitchen. First of all is DIY flat pack. That's the cheapest, where you self-assemble and you install it with a professional carpenter. The second level up is a cabinet maker. So they'll do part of the work and then they'll install your cabinet. So that's good if you know some parts and not the whole process. And the most expensive process is to engage a kitchen showroom company to do it all for you.
And they're talking 50 grand.
Yeah, well, the average kitchen renovation cost is probably around 15 to 25,000. And let's face
I'll do it for less than that. I'll really do it for less than that. Ring my people. We'll
just call
Actually,
me.
I'm just here because I love the smell of paint. I was attracted over to... Oh, no, hang on. I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, high as a kite.
So you're going to show us how to zhuzh up a kitchen and get away with it on a budget, starting with the doors. What do we do?
Now, a lot of people don't have 25 grand, so if you've only got maybe a couple of $100 to make your old kitchen look better, a lot of people have laminate doors, kitchen doors, where their carcasses are in really good condition, but their doors look a little bit shabby. This is a classic example of a wooden door that you might have. So what we do is we use 2 products. They're all White Knight products, laminate primer and laminate paint. So the very first thing, if you are going to update your old kitchen cabinet doors, surface preparation is critical. So you've got to clean, so you'd have to do a lot of scrubbing, first of all. Wipe all your cabinets down, get all the surface dust off. That's the first part.
All those grubby toddler hands, these mitts. I think that's about 1974, that door.
It is.
It's so retro. Why would you want to renovate it?
I know, it's beautiful, isn't it? The worst part about doing all of this is having to scrub 20 years of kitchen fat off all your cabinets, and that's not very fun. So first part, clean your cabinets. Second part is sand. You've got to get all the surface impurities. Like, you look at this and there's lots of little, lumps and bumps. So you just sand like that. And it doesn't need to be a crazy sanding process, but I say that's pretty slow. So I say don't do it by hand. Just get power tools.
I'm so excited about the
Bring them out. Bring out those power tools.
The big boys. So you just go over. It's super quick.
It's like music, isn't it?
It is. Up and down.
But how do you get in the little parts, the little...
And that's what you do by hand. So that's where you grab and you just get inside. That can be a little bit more trickier. But a lot of people do have these old bevel doors, and it doesn't matter if you paint them, they still look old. So a little trick that I've learned over the years is just to go to stores like Bunnings, get yourself a piece of timber trim, and what you can do is you can cut it to size, and you can camouflage the old bevel to make what's called a shaker-style cabinet, which is very popular these days.
Oh,
so
that's like the Hampton style, isn't it? Is that right?
Sort of, yeah. But you can make it look shaker-style can be made Hamptons, modern style, anything you like, really.
Cool.
So you stick that over that, and that camouflages the old bevel. So once you've sanded, wipe it down again, make sure it's squeaky clean, smooth, and then the very first step of the process is your laminate paint. So the laminate paint is your primer.
So while you're painting this, can you tell us how would you camouflage, I suppose, old glass kitchen doors?
They've got to be replaced. So you can keep the old doors, because normally what they do is they have the glass insert. So you take the glass insert out and you just refresh the doors around.
Masking tape? No masking tape?
Masking tape, you don't need to use masking tape, but if you want to use masking tape, sometimes you want to protect certain things. The old traditional masking tapes, don't use these because you can only use them leave them on for 24 hours.
And then it peels.
Now, your colour scheme for this wonderful project, what would you choose?
With this particular door today, I'm doing a dark grey. Dark grey is very on trend at the moment. So you just grab your laminate paint, and the best thing to do is to brush in all the little corners like that, like those fiddly little bits. And you've got to move fairly quickly with this product because it does dry in about half an hour. So
how many coats do you need?
Just one coat.
One? No way.
Yeah, no, one decent coat of undercoat. This is just the primer that makes the paint. You're not getting out of it that easy.
You see, I'm lazy. I thought, finally, a one-coat paint.
So you just go through like that, and then once you've done all of that, you just grab your rollers, and the rollers are really quick. This is how you can undercoat your whole kitchen in about 2 or 3 hours. You just roll like that, and it's better to use the rollers, fabric or foam rollers, because then you don't see any brush marks. So see how I've got brush marks there?
Yeah.
You just roll them out with the roller. So you do that, undercoat the whole door. So let's imagine we've done that. Obviously, it takes more than 10 seconds. That's what an undercoated door looks like.
And you could leave it like that for shabby chic.
You can, but it looks a bit bodgy.
Okay.
So,
Fair enough.
now you can see any little holes, so like holes and little divots. You fill those just with wood putty. So you just grab some wood putty, you click it in, blah, 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 blah.
Mate, you can do everything.
I try to.
Clever, isn't
Girls can
she?
do anything.
Are you married?
Can, guys. No, I'm not actually.
Ah,
Is that a proposal?
yeah, they're done. That was easy, wasn't it?
My boyfriend won't like that.
Oh, he's probably no. Just bring him along. Bring him along.
He hates DIY, actually.
My little brother saw you speak on one of your kind of home renovation days, and he just thought you were the bee's knees. He thought you were so clever.
Well, it's not hard.
So once you've got the undercoat done,
so that takes about half an hour to an hour to dry. You can see here I've filled it with putty here.
Yep.
You can't paint over that, so that's where you get your sander. You go straight over the top. Now you just sand it down. And then you're ready for the next step, which is the actual laminate paint. So
now does that go before
Now, while
or
you're doing
after
that,
the handles?
Yep.
Now, I would not change that personally, but how can you save money on these sorts of things?
Well, little trick with handles. A lot of people go to the big hardware stores and, you know, all the aisles, and they've got like 50 bags of different handles, and people instantly reach for the individual handles. Now, this handle I bought yesterday, $7 individually.
Okay.
If I take it out, would you agree that looks very similar to this handle here?
Exactly
I would
the
say it
same.
would look very similar to that handle there.
Guess
I
how
would
much
agree with
the
you.
bulk pack of 10 is?
$70?
$23.
Oh wow!
So
That's
exactly same handle individually cost $7 or $2.30.
Buy
So I know which one I'd prefer to buy.
Yeah, for sure.
So there you go.
All right.
Little holes like that where if you want to change the handles, you just fill them with the wood putty, wait for it to dry, you sand, and away you go.
Okay.
So the next step of the process is actually the white night laminate paint. And what most people don't realise is that you can tint laminate paint to any colour you like. You can have pink cabinets, grey colours, you know, whatever floats your boat really. So once your cabinet is sanded, so any little imperfections that you see, you sand it down. And then all you do is, again, you just repeat the process. You just paint the laminate paint on, like that. So do all those fiddly little bits by brush first, and then you just grab your roller again.
I would finger paint though. Look at that. I'm being creative. Look at that. That's like a pear, a beautiful fruit for spring. There you go.
Love
Look
heart.
at that. Yeah, well, there you go.
Proposing to me a little while ago. Where's the love
Little
heart?
arrow going through there. Oh, something like
And
that.
Cherie, you were saying that this grey is really on trend at the moment because lots of people go for white kitchens.
They do.
For, I guess, longevity, and it can freshen up a space. But what's great about this grey colour you're painting?
Well, it's just a classic colour. Like there are certain colours that will always stand the test of time: whites, creams, stones, greys. You know, I would never paint a kitchen like purple or green because if you're going to be selling or renting at some point, you don't ever want to buy it or rent it, come through and go, that looks absolutely horrible.
Yes.
Well, except if you like red and green. I mean, you might be someone said, I've been looking for so long for a red and green kitchen. I'll buy it.
And what's the great thing about this laminate paint? Does it sort of, is it great? You were just saying before, kitchen fats and that type of thing that tend to stick to the old wooden doors. Does this make it easier to clean?
It does. Look, it's just a normal cleaning process. You wipe down your kitchen cabinets like you would normally, but these are not normal household paints. These are specialty paints that have been designed specifically for laminate. So you've got to make sure you use the laminate primer and the laminate paint. As I said, you can tint it to any colour. So all you do is you just roll it on. See how you can't see any brush marks there?
Yeah.
No drips, you see what I do?
And
Yeah, it's
super
all
quick.
dripping.
If you brush all of this out, in fact, I've done one to show you. The
That's
brush.
not-
If I, oh, sorry.
Oh, so creative.
Art. There you go. If you do that, then you tend to see brush strokes. So definitely you work with both. You do like that on the cracks through there, like those little fiddly bits. You can see it goes on really nice. You can either do gloss or matte laminate paint. So you can choose really whether you want shiny or matte cabinets, and you just roll it through like that.
What stays cleaner? It'd be the matte, wouldn't it?
Oh, probably this. The gloss would probably
Okay.
be a little bit easier to wipe down and less things
How
stick
does this
to it.
paint wash up? In water or turpentine?
Well, the gloss is in terps, and then the matte is in water. So
It smells like oil-based paint to me. It is
yeah,
oil-based? Yeah, yeah.
It's definitely got some
Quite
stuff
the
in
nose
it.
you have, Michael Veach.
Yeah.
It's quite the nose
Oh,
you
yeah,
have.
absolutely. A bouquet, I'm detecting about an 84, I'd say.
So that's all you do, and you wait. You just do your whole cabinets like that, tops, bottoms, back, sides. You wait for that to dry. So you should wait overnight for that to dry.
Okay.
Now, sometimes with your brushes, you can see, if we look down low here, you can see you've got little bits of lint and stuff in it.
Yes.
So you wait for that to dry.
My dandruff, I think.
Your dandruff. Okay, I can't say I've had that in my renos before.
And then you give
Dandruff
it another
certainly doesn't add any value on your kitchen cabinets. Wait till it's dry, and then you just give it a light sand in between coats. So that's the most important thing here, is that you have to sand in between coats, and that's where you get a really good finish.
And we've got one you prepared earlier
Yes.
underneath.
So if we get rid of
So
this one.
organised.
Oh,
Oh, that looks great.
it's so grey.
So grey. So that's what it can look like. Now that's only got a first coat. It does require 2 coats, so that's where I would sand, just give it a light sand in between coats. And that one there I've brushed out with the brush. See how you can see some brush strokes?
Yes.
If I'd done that, I deliberately did this to show you what it looks like with a brush. That's why the roller is the best way to go. Now with your kitchen cabinets, obviously you can dress up your kitchen cabinets any way you like, but a little trick that most people don't know, most people mount their kitchen cabinets like that, vertically.
Yes.
What looks more modern if you actually mount your kitchen cabinets horizontally? That way you don't see this sea of handles.
Well, look, we are going to keep going on this, but we're going to take a break. In the meantime, you are watching Studio 10. The finished product is coming up in just a sec. We have Australia's renovation queen, Cherie Barber, here. She's been showing us how we can update our kitchen on a budget. You know, you've taken this daggy old wooden door and you've turned it into something pretty modern.
My kitchen looks like.
But it's Hamptons now, isn't it? I love the colour. That's sort of in, very in.
So tell us how you did it.
Okay, so obviously undercoat first, clean your cabinet, sand undercoat first. As I said, use the palm sander. It's much quicker than doing it by hand. Your undercoat goes on. The undercoat is the primer that helps your laminate paint actually stay on your cabinets for years and years. If you skip that, this stuff's going to peel away. And then obviously 2 coats of laminate paint straight after, and then sand in between. So I've done 1 coat here. You can see it's a little rough. With the sander, you just go through and...
You have to buy that from Bunnings, do you?
You buy it from Bunnings, or you can just use sandpaper, but sandpaper is so much slower. It's just...
Get the kids to do it on holidays, you know, put little buggers to work.
You have to take those off the wall.
I've got some great fun holiday activities. We're not going to the zoo today. We're renovating the kitchen.
No, you are so clever, and you have your 100th renovation coming up in the living room tonight?
Yes, tonight. So 100 projects. I've been very busy over the last 20 years.
Jeez.
So we renovated a house in Dural in Sydney's West. A wedding celebrant owns the house, massive house, 200 square metres. He lives there all by himself. So he's decided it's time to sell up, downsize. So we have the biggest profit for the show. So watch tonight.
What's the best old thing you've discovered? And like, have you pulled up the lino and there's old, you know, old £10 notes and stuff like that?
Yeah,
The best old thing I ever discovered was Jonathan Coleman.
Was he under the lino? It must have been a pretty lumpy lino.
Outside the window.
Once I knocked down this wall in an old house in Balmain, and the wall came down and there was this beautiful antique cooker. It looked like something to be in the Queen's Palace. So I was telling to the guys, protect it. I thought I was going to get at least $50,000. So we were taking extra attention to it. We took it to a restoration set and they said, I'll give you $10, love.